Yo guys, what is up? My name is Jeracraft and welcome to yet again another crazy yet adventurous Minecraft video. Today we're going to be revisiting some of my most epic creations in an attempt to merge and transform the projects into one massive mega build. I mean, this idea could be a complete and utter disaster, or it might just become one of the most epic builds I have ever created. I really have no idea how this experiment is going to turn out. So guys, just sit back, relax and enjoy as we begin today's adventure. Right guys, now just like most of my epic creations, I usually kick things off with the transformation of the landscape. This all new map will hopefully give us plenty of space to work with and at least make things look a bit more interesting. Now in order to really make this work, we first have to dismantle all of my projects, practically stealing everything from statues, towers, walls and anything I can get my hands on. The main idea behind today's experiment is to use all of these creations to create one massive mega project, merging and transforming the build into a sort of colossal fantasy-style temple lost within a jungle. Now I've selected a wide range of different builds which I believe we can use to put together and create this colossal temple, all parts of course relating to previous projects. Right guys, there is literally no time to waste. Let's kickstart today's video with the introduction of our epic desert temple. This build will mark the center of our project, and I've also simplified the pyramid slightly to make it easier to work with. Also note, the pyramid is floating. We're basically going to be using a segment of the Kirintor Mage Tower to create pillars that will support the pyramid. Now just like I mentioned earlier, we are going to need to transform most of the projects in order to make this work, or at least make the colors match. I'm really trying to avoid turning this into an utter disaster, and the last thing we need is sandstone, quartz blocks and cobblestone all mashed together into one structure. Right guys, so next on our list of epic creations we have the Nether portal gate, which I've decided to use as the main entrance into this monument. In order to avoid messing this up, I think the most important aspect of this project is just finding the right places to add each build. And by the way, to be 100% honest with you guys, this was supposed to be an April Fool's video, until I realized that this idea is actually a possibility. The temple itself looks much better than what I was expecting, and I do believe we can make this work somehow. So next up we have some really cool dragon statues from the Dragon Tower transformation video. I'm not really sure what kind of colors we're going to be using, but I've decided to stick to green as the main color scheme for now. What I really do like about this idea is just looking at the build and being able to see all of my projects just put together into one massive mega structure. We now have not one but two end portal towers on the far corners of the pyramid. We also have parts of the Kirintor Mage Tower, of course the pyramid just smack in the center, the Nether portal gate entrance, not to mention the dragons, yet somehow this still actually looks quite decent. I've also included towers from the Nether Fortress transformation video on the front corners of the pyramid. Right guys, so next on our list of epic creations we have the lost city of Atlantis. Now this was a bit more challenging, and the only thing I could think of was getting our hands on the main city's statue and actually just placing it on the very top of our pyramid. Now obviously quartz blocks don't really match up with the rest of the theme, but once I transformed the statue, the monument really started to show some potential. It's also quite interesting to see different versions of the same build, and overall this project has actually turned out to be quite a fun idea to try out. And finally guys, to finish off today's adventurous journey, we're going to add a few more additional features which of course were extracted from some older projects, as well as of course adding a few more trees, and why not even add some misty green fog, which as you guys already know has been part of many of my previous projects. Now I have to say there's definitely been a few builds that I just could not figure out what to use, especially the factory nether base we built back in 2017. This was more of an industrial style project and wouldn't really fit nicely with a jungle monument like this one. But apart from that, this build has almost everything and is pretty much just about complete.
Peace was like a dream. Beautiful, ephemeral, unattainable. I didn't listen. No one listened. We've made kindling from our suffering. Stirred the embers of resentment. Just waiting for a single spark to set the whole world aflame. Beneath the banners of a world at war.
Right guys, so this world will be available on www.jeracraft.net. I really cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say about this crazy idea. So feel free to leave a comment below, like this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Jeracraft, over and out. So much for an April Fool's video.